let's get into this ridiculousness that is the Intellivision Amico situation. Now, if you watch my last few videos, I've kind of been having an epiphany, if you will, on the reality of the situation. And I've avoided speaking badly about the employees there and the company in general because I've been there multiple times. I've met them multiple times. John Alvarado, amazing human being, very talented and well-versed in the video game industry. And I don't think I've met anyone that would have a bad thing to say about him. And my experience with Tommy Tallarico was fantastic initially. And we've had a friendship throughout this entire ordeal until now. I don't know where I'm at with him. I don't. After this video is probably not going to be in a good place, but at the same time, I was actually on the phone with my brother talking about this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this, because on one hand, I want to talk about what the reality is and my frustrations and all that. And on the other hand, I'm just like, I could just let it go, but then I'd be doing a disservice to my audience and not fulfilling what I set out to do in the first place, which is keep you guys informed on the stuff that I care about. And if I start ignoring that because of friendships that I've had and bonds that I've made, then what kind of integrity do I have as a human being in the first place? Which is a funny word to throw around YouTubers, because the more I'm on the platform, the more hypocrisy and lack of integrity I see from popular YouTubers. But that is what it is. Like, I can only control what I can control within myself. So with that out of the way, news broke late last night that Phil Adam, the new CEO of the Intellivision Corporation, was a former board member for the Coleco Chameleon. I almost call it the Amico Chameleon. Wow. He was VP of Business Development. So there is a chance that he did not know that the Coleco Chameleon was straight up vaporware. There is a chance that he was just doing his work and doing it the best he could, and the whole thing just turned out to be a complete fraud from the get-go. There's a chance. But when you find out that tidbit of information after the poor decision after poor decision, is the nice way to put it. Some people are insinuating that the Intellivision company is not on the up and up. I still don't feel like it's a scam company, because like I said, I've been there, I've met these people, and I genuinely believe they set out with the best intentions when they started this project. But with that being said, Phil Adam being selected as the new CEO of Intellivision, it's just a really bad look. I've had a lot of people on Twitter and in my comments section on YouTube hitting me up about this information, asking for what I think about it. When I first found out, I just looked up. I was on my phone on Twitter. I just looked up. I'm just like, really? Of all the people that could be involved with all the projects in the world, you got Phil Adam, who worked on the Coleco Chameleon, a vaporware scam product that stole money from thousands of people excited about a new game console that ended up being, what was it, a video board that just replayed games inside of it, like an old video board. The guts of it were like the internal or Super Nintendo guts or whatever it was. It wasn't anything original. But they made a fake product because it was required to have that on Kickstarter for them to be able to go forward with the crowdfunding. And in my previous videos, I told you guys that while I still believe in this company, and I still believe in the people working there, that was before I found out that Tommy put a guy that was on the board of the Coleco Chameleon in charge of the Intellivision Amico. From a certain light, it's actually hysterical. And it's so unbelievable, it's so ridiculous that it's just like, you can't make this shit up. How, of all the people to put in charge of this, do you select someone who was caught on the board of a vaporware product stealing money from people? Again, I'm not insinuating Phil knew all of this. He might have not known anything about it and just been caught in the crossfire of a company that was super shady with Mike Kennedy at the helm, not telling anybody about the real shenanigans going on. But I find that very hard to believe. Because if you're on the board, you know what's going into the console. You know what's happening. You're kept abreast of the information all the time. So I find it really hard to believe that you're high up at a company and don't know that it's a scam, a sham, a fraud. So I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'm at the point right now where I'm just like, this ruined my reputation, whatever reputation I had, because I was so on board with this project after playing it. But then hearing Phil Adam was working on the team, one of the heads of the Coleco Chameleon, it throws everything into question. What have I been playing? What is inside the Intellivision Amico? I don't know. Is it bad to ask questions? Because that's what I'm doing now. I'm asking questions. And if the Intellivision Amico team hears me and gets mad at me for saying this, I'm sorry. But I'm just at the point right now where I'm just like, this is unbelievable. How? Tommy could have put me as the CEO and it would have made way more sense. And that's funny because putting me as CEO of a video game company with my prior history and my resume wouldn't make that much sense. But it would still make more sense than putting someone who is on a fraud organization at the top of your company. So it's really hard to talk about this situation and not be frustrated. I've talked to Phil a bunch of times, and never once did I know anything about that. Because if I did, I definitely would have spoken up, so it's probably a good idea that they hid that. But now that it's out there, it's out there. And you pile this on top of now a fourth crowdfunding campaign. You pile it on top of crazy loans that they've signed that, God, I hate to agree with Pat and Ian here, but I'm going to do it. It cuts them off at the kneecaps. It literally, it makes it not viable for your product. Giving $100 away on every sale. That's the kind of loan that someone would sign that doesn't intend to ever make a console. That's the kind of loan that someone would sign just to get a ton of money to cover overhead. That's a sketchy loan. And I think something I've learned from this entire ordeal is I made the cardinal sin, the mistake of trusting and being friends with someone, or at least thinking I was friends with someone that wouldn't be shady with me. But Tommy, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like, You're putting me in an impossible position right now. So, I was talking to my brother about this. I'm like, this kills me to make this kind of video. Because it's basically like just tearing up a friendship that I thought we had. But I feel like the kind of decisions that were made were so bad. Were so bad. Like, you have to question the legitimacy of what they were doing. And if they were just not bright, or if there were more nefarious thoughts at hand here. And I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't know if I'm even going to publish this video. I'm probably not going to. But I kind of have to. It's just... it's just insane. It is insane. The Start Engine campaign has gained about $1,000 since yesterday. So it's at $54,879 right now on 49 investors. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? I know, here's the thing too that's killing me. Why don't they give more information right now? Why are they kicking the can down the road to say, we'll have more information for you at the end of the month? Shouldn't this... It's not like Phil just took over CEO the day they announced it. Like, Phil was CEO for like months when it finally actually came out. So it's not like this was like he's new in the position right now. He's been there for a while. So why is it like, okay, now he's CEO, give us a few weeks to organize things and figure out where we're at, and we'll give you guys a date? This should have already been figured out. How did we get to this point? Today, we are February 12th, 2022. A fourth crowdfunding campaign has started. We're now 4 days into it, I think. Something like that. With no console, no launch date, no manufacturing date, no information. But a promise that information will be coming soon. And the more I'm looking into this, the more I'm like, that sounds really sketchy. So I don't know. I don't even know. I've just... For so long I was defending this thing because I wanted it to be what I played. I wanted people to experience what I experienced. And I'm still holding on to, it was really fun. But it's not going to be fun if it costs people $350 or $400 for it. It's not going to be worth it. If it even comes out. I'm so like beyond flabbergasted, blown away from the information that's been coming out after researching, going through the paperwork, and then finding out that Phil Adam was VP of Business Development for the Coleco Chameleon. Where I have to say enough's enough. What the hell? Like, what the hell? This is insanity. It's insanity to me. Probably not insanity to a lot of people out there. Probably makes sense because it's on brand for what people have been saying about this company for a very long time that I've been ignoring because I've been blinded. Because I played it and I had fun with it. But now, waiting on Phil Adam to give us a date with some more information. Which, oh, by the way, let me clarify. In my previous video, I said in Mike Mullis's live stream, Next Level Gaming, on the podcast, that Phil Adam announced that he was taking a week off for his birthday. And John Alvarado came in the comments and Phil came in the comments to clarify that that was a joke. That I must have missed them clarifying that in the live stream. So I apologize if it was a joke that I missed. I watched the whole live stream. I didn't hear them retract what they said or joke about it, but I must have missed that. if that's the case. Again, taking their word for it, which is the common trend. And this is a very valuable lesson that I think not just me, but I think everybody can take from this, is you can take someone's word for something, but that only takes you so far. And then you start walking off a plank and you're all alone because you trust, you believe. You say, yeah, you know what's going on because you're at the company. It's everyone else out there that's crazy because they don't know. They're not there every day. And you are. And I'm friends with you. So you're going to be real with me. Unless shit starts going wrong and you're screwed and you don't have an out, you're not going to just hit someone up that makes YouTube videos and be like, oh, hey, Jeff, so the Intellivision thing it's falling apart at the seams here, and we're pretty screwed. So, yeah, go make a video and pile on us. That's not going to happen. So it took me long enough to come to this point, but I'm there. And what put me over the top is Phil Adam, CEO, former VP at the Coleco Chameleon. That is unforgivable. I just, that is so bad. Like, that's the kind of stuff that people should be in jail for. Not move to a CEO position at another company. Like, I'm sorry. I just, it's insanity to me. That's insanity.